All right, here we go. Show and tell time once again. Sheet 48280, F-16 Long Live the Viper. This sheet was inspired by a longtime customer, friend of Two Bob, Stephen Chappis, who used to be a F-16 maintenance guy, if I remember correctly. So he's been pulling together a lot of references on these jets, and these are all anniversary jets, as far as production anniversary jets. And really interesting topic. Without his help, this wouldn't have happened. So thanks, Stephen, for your help. So we have various anniversary aircraft as far as F-16 number 1000, F-16C number 1 goes down the list. The 4000th F-16 built. So these are all factory rollout markings that were on these aircraft. So we'll go through these and just kind of go through them. You guys can see what this sheet's all about. So the first jet on here, the most colorful one, is probably this one, the Block 15. This was the 1000th F-16 built. It was assigned to Hill Air Force Base. It was a Block 15 jet, and this was from July '83. And then we have this guy up here, which was the F-16C number 1, serial number 831118, July '84. So it's, you can put these serial numbers into Google and it can tell you where these jets ended up, their whole life history, which is really interesting to see how jets gets transferred around, things of that nature. This was F-16 number 1500. This is a Block 25 jet. And then we have two more. So on this decal sheet, as well as F-16 number 2000, which was a dual seat Block 15. I think this one ended up with Singapore, if I remember correctly. And then this guy went to Egypt. This was a Block 40 production number 4000. So F-16 production is nearing 7,000-ish, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're all the way up to Block 7072. So there's a lot of F-16s still being built for foreign military sales. So we tried to capture all these snapshots of time of production rollout markings. So that's the front of the instruction sheet. You can see the different color stencils. Back then, they went with the orange type stencil data, so that's captured on here. The markings are sized for the Tamiya kit. Most of them transfer over to the Kinetic kit. So I mean, the size and shape differences between the two kits is minimal, if non-existent. So these decals should work on either kit. So the B side, top bottom views of the single seater and the dual seater, and then we have our paint call outs like we typically do. You can see the colors here. So there's that. So let's get to the decal sheet. So we'll start at the top and work our way down. Let's do that. So you can see the flags. These took a lot of time to draw, mostly because I mean, the angle of them is easy enough to draw, but to get them correct in the right dimensions when you don't have direct side views and you had to size it compared to panel lines and this and that. These are all issues that we have when we're drawing decals, but it just makes it a little more work, a little more labor intensive. But you can see the detail that goes into these things. So I'll zoom in on one of these. I don't know. Let's look at this South Korean flag. So yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into these. Got to make sure we get it right. And then also, what you'll notice is that these white markings here. There's two layers of white, okay? So from an opacity issue, that gray is not going to bleed through your white decal when you put them on there. So let's work our way down here. More markings, the 1500 jet, the 2000 jet. There were some subtle variations in the serial numbers, the way they were drawn. We got those captured accurately. They're skinnier, for lack of a better term, than what your traditional stencil data numbers are. And then you can see here all these flags, all these F-16 users. The detail is pretty intense as far as all the flags. It's unfortunate you can't see these in 48 scale all that much, but you know, if the artwork's not accurate when you blow it up this big, it's not going to be accurate when you put it on a decal sheet. So we make sure we get that right. More stencils. So you can see here, I think this is usable or makes life easier for modelers in that we break up the stencil data into these dashed blocks of top fuselage, port. We number the walkway decals on here so they're easy to place on the model. But I mean, it makes it easier, in my opinion, that you can cut these blocks out, right? And you can kind of like manage your build and your decal placement. Because, you know, when you put decals on it, what I tend to do is just focus on one specific part of the airplane. Makes it easier to where you're not hunting around the entire decal sheet for that one stencil data that was jammed somewhere just because it fits. So you can cut this guy out, work on the port fuselage, boom, done. Move on to another part of the model. So I think it makes life easier. All the serial numbers for the different aircraft, right? Those are all accurate. Keep on moving down here. Yeah, all that stuff's there. So if you go to the insert, let's look at that guy. Let's get rid of some of this stuff so you can see better. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Sorry guys, bear with me here. So the engine markings are here for all the pedals on the Pratt motors. Two different sets of stencils, one dark, one light. The dark ones are for the Egyptian aircraft, the light ones are for all the other schemes. So you can build two complete jets out of the markings that we have here. So yeah, sheet 48-280. Snapshot in time times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different aircraft. You know, very popular aircraft, historical aviation piece. It's just right up there with the P-51, the B-17, all the other aircraft out there that are iconic aircraft in the U.S. military. So you want to build something different, something that pays a little homage to the F-16. There you go, $16 available now. All right, thanks guys.